Hi, and so we're moving on with our look at exponential curves in the year one from the pure course, and in this one, if this one's a real quickie, we just have a quick look at an example where we might be asked to do some modelling with an exponential. So just hits the question, just using your skills in context. Let's say, I'm just going to go through the one example. So what we've got here is the value of a car, and we're talking about the depreciation of over a car over a number of years. So let's just have a little look at the kind of what we might do with this one. You wouldn't normally be asked to do a table, but I'm just going to use it as a way to explain what's going on. So originally our car is worth 21 grand, and it's going to depreciate by 4%. So hopefully we're happy that what I'm going to do is take my £21,000, take off 4%. That's the same as finding 96%. So I'm just going to basically multiply by 0.96. 21,000 times by 0.96 is that 20,160 in year two, times by 0.96 again, so we get that value. Hopefully you're familiar with this kind of situation, you'll have seen it at GCSE, so we're now going to do for year 5, it's going to be 21,000 times by 0.96 to the power 5, 21,000 times by 0.96 to the power 10, and for the nth year, we've effectively got that. Write an equation for v in terms of n, so we've pretty much already done that, it's there in our final column in the table. There we go. So there's our depreciation formula. Again, it's something you will be familiar with, as I said, from GCSE, but it's just kind of putting into this the context of exponential. And then if it's a quick sketch the graph, again, from what we saw in the last video, so we need to think, well, if n equals 0, then we've got 0.96 to the power 0, which is just 1. It's our starting value. It's 21,000. It's in the table. So we need to indicate that in our graph. So there we go. And there's our decreasing curve, indicating clearly we're starting at 21,000. Notice of all that we've got a is less than 1, so it's 0.96 is less than 1, so we end up with a decreasing function. And then you're going to get pretty much the standard questions like, why might this model not work? And you hopefully can think of any one of a number of reasons why it might not work in the long term. I've just gone for other factors will affect the value of the car example, kind of changes the tax rate, what happens with petrol or diesel prices. It might be you get to a point where the car is so old it becomes a collector's item and the value of the car starts going up. It might be the car is used far more than you might expect it, so the depreciation might be higher than 4%. Whatever it is, as long as you put up something sensible in there, you're going to get the mark. But it's about thinking about that whole thing in context. And that is pretty much all we need to say in this particular video. Next one's going to be a biggie, where we look at the base of the natural logarithm. So that's a big one that's coming next.